Hello my dear students, myself Dr. Nilesh Kumar Gupta. I am working as a professor at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I will teach you about your subject, that is digital signal processing. Your AQTU code is KEC 503 and this is my lecture number 29, and this title is, my lecture title is Multi-rate digital signal processing, first part. And this will be, this title I have taken from your last unit, that is concerned with multi-rate digital signal processing. Multi-rate digital signal processing, it is the very important and interesting topic of digital signal processing, because practically what you are doing, practically your sampling rate we are processing is not at simple single sampling frequency. It is multi-rate. It means you are doing your processing at different sampling rates, more than one sampling rate. Every time for you are processing your music, your video, your anything up type of signal, you require sometimes multi-rate signaling rate, that all concern with your multi-rate digital signal processing, that I will tell you in my this lecture. Okay. Now, so this was the introduction of multi-rate digital signal processing. In many practical applications, now our practical applications of DSP signal processing, one is faced for the problem of changing the sampling rate of a signal, either increasing or decreasing it. Because my signal, if I am saying something, so it is decreasing or increasing. Sometimes it is increasing and sometimes it will be decreased. So, changing the sampling rate of a signal, changing the frequency of a signal, okay, but it will be not be, then you require this type of sampling rates or sampling. For example, in telecommunication systems, okay, that transmit and receive different types of signal. If you have to transmit and receive like your speech, music, video signal, so there is a requirement to process the various signals at different rates, okay, with the corresponding bandwidth of the signal. So, you have to, like in satellite communication or in communication, your uplink and downlink, both frequencies are different. You have to communicate your signal or you have to transmit your signal at different rates and you have to receive your signal at different rates. So, this is the need of your communication. You require practically this one, then multi-rate digital signal processing will be there. So, this is the very important and interesting topic of digital signal processing. Hence, multi-rate digital signal processing is required in digital systems when more than one sampling rate is needed, and practically it is required, it is needed. So, you need it here. Now, the process of converting a signal from a given rate to a different rate is called sampling rate conversion. So, if you are working with different sampling rates, it means your sampling rate, sampling frequency is increased or decreased, and it is called sampling rate conversion. The process of your signal converting your signal from given rate to another different rate. So, it will be sampling rate conversion, and systems that employ these different sampling rate, or you can say multiple sampling rates in the processing of digital signals, are called multi-rate digital signal processing system. It is called multi-rate digital signal processing system. That is why I am calling the title of this lecture is multi-rate digital signal processing, and I will also give another lectures on this topic. Okay. This lecture consists of only the introduction of multi-rate digital signal processing. Now, there are several cases where multi-rate signal processing is used, such as high quality data acquisition and storage systems, audio and video signal processing, your speech processing, your transmultiplexer and narrow band filtering. So, and there are so many another applications where you can use multi-rate signal processing practically nowadays. Okay. So, you should know here, because we are the engineers and we should know the application of our part. Then it will be easy for us to understand all the things. Then we will implement also here. Now, different sampling rates can be achieved using an up sampler and down sampler. So, different sampling, it means sometimes it is increase, sometimes it is decrease. So, it will be achieved by the up and down sampler. If your sampling rate is increase, so it will be up sampler. If it is decrease, then it will be down sampler. And the basic operation in multi-rate processing to achieve this rate, these are decimation and interpolation. It means if you are decreasing your sampling rate or sampling frequency, so it will be decimation. If you are increasing, then it will be interpolation. So, this concern with decimation, down sampler and up sampler concerned with interpolation. These two methods are commonly used in multi-rate digital signal processing, like decimation and interpolation. By decimation, you are decreasing your sampling frequency or sampling rate of a signal, and by the interpolation, you are increasing or your sampling frequency or sampling rate. Okay. So, decimation, it means decimation is what? Decimation means decimation is for reducing the sampling rate, and interpolation is for increasing the sampling. So, one is for increasing and one is for decreasing your sampling rate, because you require practically always the multi-rate digital signal processing system. So, you require some type of decimators and some type of interpolators, and in communication like modulation, demodulation you are doing. So, if you doing the multi-rate digital signal processing system, so always you need decimator, interpolator both. So, you have to combine both like modulation and demodulation in your communication from transmitter to receiver. Similarly, multi-rate digital processing task always you require, you needed your decimator and interpolators. Now, advantages of multi-rate signal processing are that it reduces the computational requirement, storage for filter coefficients, finite arithmetic effects, filter order required in multi-rate applications, and sensitivity of the filter coefficient length. These are the some advantages that you will get under the multi-rate signal processing. Now you know the sampling, it is well known method, well known process in our electronics and communication branch, like sampling, because what in digital signal processing you are doing everywhere or you are working for only and only discrete signal. Discrete signal is not analog signal. So, at first whenever you convert your analog or continuous time signal into discrete time signal or discrete signal, then you require always only and only at first sampling process. By the sampling process you can convert your analog or continuous time signal into discrete signal. After that you do the some operation on that discrete signal. So, sampling is very important. I hope you all are familiar with sampling. So, in sampling what? Your continuous time signal x of t can be converted into a discrete time signal x of n t, like by the sampling it at a regular intervals of time with sampling period time period of capital T, then sample signal x of n t you can write mathematically also x of n t is equal to x of t sampling at t is equal to small n capital T. Here small n is what? Number of integer value, number of you can say sampling in values, and capital E is sampling time. So, if you do the sampling, this is the integer discrete or sampled values for a time period of capital T, then you will get your sample signal. Now, what is the sampling theorem? It states that the band limited signal x of t having finite energy which has no spectral components higher than fh hertz can be completely reconstructed, finally reconstructed your original signal from its samples taken at a rate 2 into fh or more samples. You know the as per the as per the sampling theorem, what? Your sampling frequency when you want to reconstruct your original signal perfectly. So, it will be always greater than or equal to twice of fm or twice of fh here, because you are considering fh is the value. Okay. Now, sampling rate of 2 fh samples per second is the Nyquist if it is minimum equal to twice of fh. So, it will be your Nyquist rate, Nyquist frequency you can say. Now, if Nyquist period you want to, so it will be 1 upon 2 fh. So, the minimum your sampling frequency is equal to the twice of fh or twice of fm. So, it is the minimum sampling rate, this is called Nyquist rate, that you should know, very basic here question. Now, sampling rate conversion, how you do the sampling rate conversion, how you convert your sampling frequency from one to another. Okay. So, sampling rate conversion is the process of converting the sequence x of n which is obtained from the sampling the continuous signal x of t with a period of capital T to another sequence y of k, like y of k, assuming here obtained from sampling x t over a period of capital T. The new sequence y of k can be obtained by first reconstructing the original signal x t from the sequence x n, okay, then sampling the reconstructed signal with period of t. So, in this you have to extract at first your original signal, reconstructed signal x of t from your sample signal x n, then you have to do this one. Okay. Now, what you have to do under this by this block diagram you can understand this one, what? X of n, this is your sample signal or discrete signal. Now, it will go to your D to A converter, digital to analog converter. Now, you have to extract your x t value from x n. It means you are converting your analog value here from the digital value using the D to A converter at first, okay, sampling rate conversion. This I am telling under the sampling rate conversion. So, at first you have to reconstruct, you have to recover your original continuous time signal x of t from x of n. After that you have to use your low pass filter, because generally actually this is the process like a demodulation. In demodulation generally you use the low pass filter. Similarly, the same concept we are using here. So, you have to apply here low pass filter that passes, because you have to recover your signal, low pass filter, and your signal you can recover v of y of t, okay, by the some switch, okay, by the sampling, and after the sampling you can get this final signal. Okay. So, I hope it is clear to everybody. Now, decimation. What is the meaning of decimation? So, for the multi-rate signal processing system, these two processes, decimation and interpolation, both are very important for all of you. Okay. The process of reducing the sampling rate of a signal without resulting in aliasing is called decimation or sampling rate reduction. If capital M is an integer, that is you can say sampling rate reduction factor for the signal x n, then it means by the factor of n you are reducing your sampling frequency, sampling rate here. Then what will be the block diagram for this simple process? Here you are applying your x of n signal, okay. It will pass through a filter and this will be the your signal, final signal of frequency capital F. Now, your decimation, you are applying here decimation process. It means you are reducing your sampling rate here without any aliasing, without any overlapping by the factor of capital M. This is the reducing downsampling. You are using here downsampler. Then your frequency will be reduced by f upon m or by the 1 upon m factor, because you are reducing your sampling frequency here. It means your new frequency f dash, it will be f by m. It means you are reducing your frequency by the factor of m here. So, f dash your new frequency, sampling frequency here, okay, that will be f upon m. So, this is your decimation process. Now, next, reducing the sampling rate of a discrete time signal is called downsampling. So, this is also a downsampler. Whenever you are reducing your sampling rate or sampling frequency, that will be your under the downsampler, downsampling. So, this is also downsampling. The sampling rate of a discrete time signal can be reduced by a factor of d. You can assume here d by taking every dth value of the signal, and mathematically you can write downsampling in terms of y of n. It means output is equal to x of d of n, because you are reducing your sampling rate up to the dth value. That is why I am writing here y of n is equal to x of d n, and symbol for downsampler we are showing here in this figure. Like x of n you are giving here, and by the downsampler, by the decimation you are reducing your frequency here, okay, in this way, and then you will get y of n is equal to x of d of n. So, this is the simple block diagram of your downsampler when you reduce your sampling rate. Okay. Now, the process of reducing the sampling rate of a signal, let m be the integer by which reduction in sampling rate is required, and m is equal to t dash upon t. T means sampling time. Okay. Like what I am writing in my previous PPT, your f dash and new frequency will be f upon m. Okay. Similarly, here what you can take also your time here. Okay. So, you can write here what t dash is equal to what m into t, because it is sampling time and this is sampling frequency, and both are inverse in each other. That is why you can write this one. Okay. Now, where what I am writing here, and your t dash is what your new sampling time after the your decimation process applying here, and t was your original sampling time. Now, the signal is decimated by a factor of m, okay, that I discussed in my previous PPTs here. New sampling rate, what you can write here, that it will be 1 upon t, f dash is equal to, and you can write your m is equal to f upon f dash or f dash is equal to f upon m. So, you can give your sampling rate, your sampling times in terms of decimation also, because after the downsampling, after the decimation, you will get new sampling time, new sampling frequency. So, your terminology, your parameters will be different. Okay. That is why I am telling you, because sometimes some short type of numerical can be asked in examination or in your public sectors also, okay, about this. So, this was about the decimation. Now, from this example, the picture will be more clear to all of you, okay, like this one. Like x of n is given in this way, x of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this one. Sequences or sampling strengths are given to you. Now, you want to decimate here, like if I have to calculate, I want to calculate x of 2 n. So, x of 2 n, how I obtain x of 2 n is obtained by keeping every second sample of x n, okay, removing other samples. So, if I am for calculating for x of 2 n, it means for every second samples you have to remove all the other samples. Like we start from 1. So, if because this is decimation, decimation is what? You are reducing your sampling frequency, you are reducing your sampling, you are reducing your samples here. So, what for every, it means if you start here from 1, so 1 will be there for every second. So, second after 1 2 will be there. So, 2 I will remove here, then 3 as it is will be there, after 3 1 will be there. So, 1 I have removed here, then 2 will be there. So, 2 will be there. Now, 3 I have to remove here, because x of 2 n I want to get here, then 1 will be there, then 2 again I have to remove here, then 3 will come. So, in this way I have to calculate x of 2 n or decimated signal. Okay. 2 n means 2 times. Okay. You are decimating, you are decreasing your sampling rate, you are reducing your sampling rate. Now, similarly, if you want to calculate x of 3 n, so every third sample you have to remove, okay, each third sample. So, starting from 1, so 1 will be there, okay. Now, 1 will be there. So, 1, 2, 3. So, 3 will be cross here. So, 1 will be there. Then again 1 will be there. Then 1, 2, 3, 3 will be out. Then 1, start 1, 2, 3. Then the 3 again out. Again 1 will be there. So, this will be your x of 3 n. So, at the time of decimation, you have to remove every second sample or every third sample under the decimation as per your requirement. Similarly, if x of 4 n you want to calculate here, then every 4 samples you have to remove. Okay. Then you have to get your decimated value and decimation process under the multi-rate signal processing system. Similarly, interpolation, it means you are increasing your sampling rate here of discrete time sampling, or you are you can say up sampling. Okay. So, what the sampling rate of a discrete time signal can be increased by a factor of I, like capital M factor that we are using in decimation. Similarly, in interpolation we are using the capital factor of I. Placing I minus 1 equally space zeros between the each pair of samples, because here in the under the interpolation you have to increase your number of samples, you have to increase your sampling rates. So, you have to place your zeros between the each pair of samples, that is I minus 1. if I is equal to 2, so it will be 2 minus 1, it means 1. Mathematically, you can give this one, y of n is equal to x of n upon I, where n is equal to 0 plus minus I plus minus 2y otherwise. So, mathematically you can give n by I. So, by I factor you have to up your sampling. So, from this is a block diagram for f sampler. From this example you can understand if x of n is equal to 1 2 3 1 2 3. So, if you want x n by 2, okay, n by 2, it means I is equal to 2 here. Okay. So, if 2 here, then 2 minus 1, so 1. Okay. After the 1 sampling you have to add I is equal to 2 here. Okay. So, you can start from 1 this one. So, 1 and then you insert 0, 1 0 only, because 2 minus 1, it means only 1 0 you have to add between the pair of samples. Again 2 you have to write, then again insert 0, again you can write 3 and again you insert 0, again 0. In this way you can do upsampling here, and this was under the interpolation process. Similarly, y of n is equal to x n upon 3, here I is equal to 3. If I is equal to 3, then you have to insert your 0 between the pair of samples 2. So, if you start from 1, then 2 0 will come, then 2, then 2 0 will become padding 0 you can say, then 2 zeros will come. So, this will be upsampling factor for I is equal to 3. Again, if you are doing the interpolation here, then your next new sampling rate, new sampling time will be different, and it will be t dash upon t is equal to 1 upon I. Similarly, your signal is interpolated by factor of I. So, f dash is equal to 1 upon t dash, and f dash is equal to 1 upon, and f dash is equal to I into f. Okay. So, this was your interpolation. Now, usually an anti-imaging filter is to be kept after the upsampler to remove the unwanted images developed due to the upsampling. So, you have to apply here anti-imaging filter also for removing the unwanted images that arises under the upsampling. So, interpolation is the process of increasing the sampling rate by an integer factor I, interpolating the I minus 1 new samples or zeros between the successive values of the signal. Now, these are the references, and thank you very much. I hope it is clear to everybody. Thank you.